My name is James Williams. Jesus Company Habit number 2. And so I deleted my previous videos of this subject due to the fact that I said things that would probably be career suicide. It's probably a good thing that I deleted them. Okay, so this young lady posted some stuff up about black women versus black women and holding each other down. And my other 3 videos touched on all that stuff, so I'm going to leave everything that I said on that out. And I'm going to hit on what I told her, which happens to do with some of the stuff that I said. So here's the condensed and edited version of that. Now, if you are of color, specifically if you are a black person, then you can relate and you know how this works. If you are not a black person, just sit back and enjoy the video and taste the ride. Taste the flavor. It tastes like ham and biscuits and chimichangas and stuff like that. But anyway, I've never had a chimichanga. And if I have, I don't remember what the hell it tastes like. Anyway, so her post was like, black women should be helping each other to be lifted up instead of helping to tear each other down. And my response to that was, darling, it ain't just black women. It's black people in general. And her response was, yeah, why do you say that? And my response was, it's really quite simple. As an independent filmmaker, an undiscovered talent that no one has seen or heard of, there are a lot of black people at the control switch. They will control whether you are noticed or not noticed. And when those black people are in charge and they have the power that they didn't have when they were breaking into this business, they think that it would be cool to not help their fellow person of color out. An example of that I gave her is the studio here in Virginia, in Petersburg, which I will not name, and I will not name the director, the creator, and all that other crap of it, because I took that out the other video and deleted it for a reason. Mostly because in case I actually do get to meet this asshat and actually get a job, maybe he'll answer the question, what took you so long? Anyway, so, and if you've seen any of my other videos, y'all pretty much know who the hell it is anyway. So, I told her, I've been trying to break into this business since 2000. It's 2017 now. I ain't had no luck breaking into this business, and the only reason why I never went to California, there's 2 reasons. 1, I don't have money and a dependable car to make it there, and 2, my parents were in really bad health conditions. Well, now that my dad's dead, I don't have to worry about my mom. But the whole thing is, I brought up how the studio came to Virginia with the promise of Hollywood East, and the only thing I got was a red hot poker up the ass with no Vaseline, just to mention a little bit of gasoline. Ice Cube, light them up, burn them up, flame on. Ice Cube, till that fucking job opportunity is gone. Which is basically what happened. I went there, epic fail, because, I tried to get a job any which way I could there just to see if I could learn the business from the inside, like kind of like being like a spy. If I get a job as a janitor, I'll be able to hear the lines while I'm cleaning up. If I get a job as a stuntman, I won't need to know the lines because I'll be in the film. You just won't know it's me. If I get a job as the actor, the job I really wanted, then it all worked out. Well, that shit didn't happen. Maybe send them a kung fu movie. They never sent it back. It's on a VHS tape. I'd like to have it back. And it's just awful when black people look at other black people and just be like, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. We're not going to help you succeed. But we had a hard time getting there. And we remember the struggle, but we don't care. And we don't really remember the struggle because once we got there, we changed. Now, as I've said before, and as I said to her, a lot of people are ungrateful. A lot of people don't understand that, your challenges that you are put through is so that you can make sure that the next person that comes through that's just like you, that has that fire, that desire to do the things you want to do, you have the power to make or break them. And remember how much you went through and the struggle you went through, and you don't want to even give them a remote chance. And a lot of people call themselves Christians. But anyway, moving on. I had explained to her about my childhood being mixed, not being black, not being white, being not able to fit in at all, and then finding out I was Native American, and then I really had problems, and it just kept going all through school. I said, and most of the things that has happened to me in a negative have mostly been from black people. Now, I can call maybe 7 incidences where there were white people involved, like for racially shit. But most of the other shit that was racially, it was just like reverse racism. It was mostly from black people. Most of my fights have been with black people. Most of my arguments have been with black people. Most of the girls that I tried to date were black, and they just weren't having it. It's like, you're not one of us. You're not really one of us. You have to go. We don't date half breeds. Or you're not thuggish enough. That kind of thing. And I told her, it's just black people in general, because somewhere down the line in history, we have all been engraved with some sort of self hatred, and I'm gonna point this out. Um, I don't date black chicks. Ooh, what a shock! That's a scratch in the black community. When a light skinned brother won't date a black chick, that's a scratch. Well, here's the problem: the black chicks that I want to date won't give me a second look. The black chicks that I don't want to date are the only ones that want me, and I don't want them. I'm not the prettiest black man ever, said everybody, but I look better than you in a dress, then we can't date. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that the chick is ugly or anything, but if I look better than you in a dress, something's not right. No, you can be the most beautiful woman in the world right here, but if the rest of you is kind of sloppy, that's just not my thing. And generally, the only black chicks that ever really wanted me outweighed me by like 100 pounds, and that wasn't cool. Because you're not going to be raping me and then getting pregnant, and then I'm stuck with you for the rest of my life. No, that's not a fucking option. And that's the other thing. A lot of young black women just want to have babies to collect a check instead of bust their ass. Now, this ain't everywhere. But from where I am, that's all they seem to know. Because someone's not raising them right. Mothers are failing their daughters on an accentuated level, which is not cool. And I honestly invoke the Asian rule that you should legally, in America, only be allowed to have the amount of children that you can financially support. So in my case, one and done would be great. And in most places where people who don't want to put in that time to be daddies, one and done. That should be the golden rule. Especially if you didn't want that one in the first damn place. But once they're here, they're here. So you need to do your daily jobs. Getting off subject, but anyway, back on track. She was obviously hurt by whatever happened, and me being older than her and being of color, I had to throw her that knowledge, because I was like, well, you're the only one. It happens to me, and because I'm mixed and my true color is high yellow, it was even worse for me growing up, because they're like, well, you don't really match us, and they didn't know what the hell I was, so they're like, you're not really black, you're not really white, you're that fucking mixed kid. So you're not really trustworthy. And I broke it down. I gave her the whole enchilada and probably maybe four writing clips or whatever. Because you have so much space before your fonts run out. And so I did that. And then I told her, I was like, well, if black people ever learned to love each other and respect each other and themselves, the world would be in trouble. Because black companies would rise to an exponentiated level, and people would actually get a grip on their shit. So I can tell you right now, here in America, and probably until the day I die, that shit ain't gonna happen. So all you people who just got afraid right there, yeah, don't worry about it. We're all gonna kill ourselves because black people hate black people, and nobody hates black people more than black people. It's just a stated fact. It's just like Dave Chappelle said, if the leader of the Ku Klux Klan is actually a black man, it wouldn't fucking shock me in the least. Wow, all those heads are gonna explode when they see this shit. But hey, it has to be true, because nobody hates black people more than black people. Black women hate black women. Black men hate black men. Black on black crime is always on the rise and swept under the rug, because they're just thinking, well, those two idiots killed themselves, and by idiots I was going to use the N-word, but I chose against it, and that's just two less N-word motherfuckers that we have to deal with. Let's see who's going to be the next idiot that goes off and kills himself or his fellow man because of the color of their skin. Now, you didn't have these issues with Asians in America or whites in America, because white people pretty much know that somebody in their clan is going to do something stupid, and they're just going to sit back and watch. And black people, we know when we do something stupid, what affects one of us affects all of us. So we know that if a black guy decides he wants to go shoot up some shit, we're back on the chopping block. Now, and Asian people outside of Asia pretty much know that, as long as that guy's not Asian, they're good. But the second that an Asian person does something in Asia, it's like it used to, because there's no really other ethnicities living in Asia except for like maybe in Hong Kong and Tokyo. But outside of that, black people aren't gonna go to Tokyo. American black people aren't gonna go to Tokyo and cause a fucking ruckus. White people aren't gonna go to Tokyo and cause a fucking ruckus intentionally. But there are black people from other nations that very well may do such a thing and just don't give a damn. If people are insane, no matter what color the race is. But these things happen. But nobody hates black people more than black people. I'm James Williams. You just come for having number 2. Be seeing